On this episode of Sailing Chaos, we take a break from the cold weather and travel south to warm air, blue water, and swaying palm trees. We picked a cruise for this vacation because we love getting to explore different places in one vacation. It gives us an idea of where we might like to sail back to on our own. Judging by the weather on the day we left, we knew we picked a good week to be gone. The snow you see here is nothing in central New York, but you never quite get used to the frigid temperatures. So we packed the car and headed for New Jersey, where we would board the ship tomorrow morning. We stayed at a hotel near the Newark airport for the night. We did a little shopping and some swimming in the hotel pool before getting some rest before the big day. Before leaving the hotel, we made sure everything from the night before was tucked into our luggage safely. It may look like a lot of luggage, but we each travel with our own snorkel gear. The kids each pack a blanket, and I may like to have a selection of clothing. This big girl right here is Royal Caribbean's Anthem of the Seas. She's a mere 168,666 tons, approximately 1,140 feet long and 135 feet wide. She can accommodate 4,905 guests along with 1,500 crew members. She was to be our home for an 8-night stay. When booking a cruise, we always book a veranda room. It gives the feeling of a bit more space, and we like to sit outside to enjoy the view in the mornings and after reboarding the ship on port days. As a side note to new cruisers, it's super fun to watch people running back to the ship right before the all-aboard time. This time, it was extra nice as we got to enjoy the New York City skyline and the Statue of Liberty before leaving Cape Liberty. The stateroom bathrooms have everything you need, except for extra space. Since the Anthem leaves out of Cape Liberty, the captain has to navigate through the bay and under the Verrazano Bridge. Although it was quite chilly out, we were sure to be on the upper deck to watch as we went under the bridge. You wouldn't believe how close it comes. Leaving New Jersey on a cruise ship was pretty cold in the dead of winter, so we spent the first couple days mostly indoors. The ship offers really nice staterooms, but that's just the beginning. The kids' favorite place to hang out was at the Seaplex. There were Xboxes, ping pong tables, basketball hoops, bumper cars, a trapeze class, dodgeball games for the older kids, and so much more. We spent a good 75% of our ship time there. There's so much more to do though. There are numerous bars, kids clubs, adult-only activities, and Broadway-style shows. Our favorite was We Will Rock You, which featured all of Queen's greatest hits. The list of activities goes on and on. Lexi decided to try out the trapeze class. Cole decided to try out roller skating. If you're someone who likes more relaxing activities, there are all different classes on the ship, ranging from cooking to dancing. Dennis and Lexi chose to try the sushi making class out with Julie and Meg. Looks yummy, if you're a sushi kind of person.
That's so pretty.
There's one thing Dennis and I have learned over the past year or two. It's that it doesn't matter how big your circle of friends is, it only matters how amazing and supportive your friends are. Spending time with Julie and her family is just good for our hearts. There's no judgment, a little adventure, and a whole lot of laughs. We can't wait to get them onto our sailboat soon for some more adventures to enter into our books. But for now, we'll go up in the North Star and look out upon the beautiful ocean and dream of what's to come. The North Star takes small groups of people up 300 feet above sea level. You get a 360-degree view. Check it out.
Pretty great.
The ship even has a robotic bar. It's entertaining for sure, but you leave knowing exactly what direction our world is heading in. Our first stop was in Port Canaveral, Florida. We took the chance to take a day trip to Universal Studios, since Cole is now big enough for most of the rides. In addition to doing over 16 rides that day, we also met some characters, explored Diagon Alley, and even had a few minutes to play with the Harry Potter wands that the kids purchased. It was a busy but super fun day. The next day, we arrived in Nassau, Bahamas. We quickly found out why there's so much talk about cruise ships potentially taking Nassau off their itineraries. We had been there before on a cruise 5 years ago without incident, but this time we waited in the stairwells to get off the ship for more than 2 hours. We waited with thousands of other people. Never again. We really thought they weren't going to let us off the ship, but they finally did. With the chaos of getting off the ship behind us, we headed to Blue Lagoon to swim with the dolphins. The crystal blue water was breathtaking. Blue Lagoon offers many different activities, including swimming with the dolphins, swimming with sea lions, or just lounging at the beach for the day. The island is small but full of beauty. When we were here last time, we swam with the dolphins, but Cole was just a baby. We were glad that he got to try it this time and that Lexi had the opportunity to do it for a second time. Our kids are animal lovers, and honestly, so are Dennis and I. We take any chance we get to teach the kids about ocean life and how important it is to do our part to preserve the beauty that's below the surface. That's one of the many reasons we feel that providing our kids with the opportunity to sail the world is priceless. We believe that the life experiences gained from our travels, whether on a sailboat, cruise ship, airplane, or train, will be more beneficial to our kids than anything they can learn from a textbook. This is especially true for Lexi, as she plans on becoming a veterinarian. We would have stayed in the water with the dolphin all day if they let us, but sadly our turn was over. It was time to cram as much beach time in as we could in the little time we had left. The issue with customs really shortened our day. If you ever decide to visit Blue Lagoon, I would recommend bringing a cooler with your own food and drinks. For some reason, the bar and restaurant-like area just didn't seem to have their act together. I waited 40 minutes for our food and missed out on all that time playing with the kids in the sand. That was my only complaint about the island. Our last port day was spent at Coco Cay. It's Royal Caribbean's private island just off Great Stirrup Cay in the Bahamas. I have to say that I was a bit nervous about this when we pulled up, since the very first thing you see is a giant construction mess. We had previously been to Royal Caribbean's Labadee, which is in Haiti, and it was amazing, so pulling up to a construction site didn't give us the best first impression. We had decided before getting on the cruise that we would rent a beach bed at Coco Cay. It was a little pricier than what we typically are willing to spend, but it was worth every penny. We got a private part of the island away from the construction and away from all of the commotion of thousands of other beachgoers. We cannot say enough about these beach beds. They came with a couple water loungers, a cooler full of water bottles, and they even delivered lunch to us. We explored the ocean life as usual and did lots of much needed relaxing, just as an ideal vacation would be. Best money spent the entire vacation, by far. The last 2 days we spent on the ship. Julie's kids did the skydiving simulator. It looked like fun but was intimidating to our crew. It was cool to watch them flying around in there. There was even a 3-year-old boy doing it, but I didn't want to include a video of a random child on here. At the end, the instructor showed off some of his tricks. On the last day, Cole decided he wanted to try out the kids club. Did you hear that? The last day. Dennis and I took advantage of it and relaxed while listening to the guitar player Joyce Quo. We were intrigued by her ability to play when we watched the We Will Rock You show on board. Thanks for joining us this week on Sailing Chaos. We had a great vacation, and we hope this video was a little bit more exciting than Dennis talking about electrical. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. If you don't yet have a YouTube account, sign up, it's free, and then you can subscribe to get a notification when we put out the next video. Next week, it's back to the sailboat grind.